children. Let's take our seats.
Yeah, baby.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
There we go. There we go. Welcome to a Godless Universe, episode 6. Oh, jeez. Can you fix the volume, right? Can you fix the volume? Oh, man. Monday, November 10th. Monday, November 10th, episode 6 of a Godless Universe. As I should just turn the volume off on my phone. Got a great show. Doing a lot of things today. Great show. Got a really good show. We're doing Frankenstein today, and I just realized something that I totally forgot to do, but that's okay. I'll just do it for tomorrow. What a crazy getting this show live today felt crazy. Oh, wait a sec. My mic. That has been my day. Oh my God. Anyway, welcome to a Godless Universe. I am what? Am I taller? What do I feel like I'm taller? Like I'm busting out of the camera frame. Did I get some tall juice last night? I'm taller. I have to measure myself. Oh, welcome to a Godless Universe, guys. I love, like the intro and outro. I love editing. I do. Editing is long and tedious. Editing can be long and tedious, but when you get in there, something is wrong with my camera too. It keeps going in and out of focus. There we go. Editing is like, you have to have a love for editing. Visual editing, doing videos, making videos. So I just did a video on Battlestar Galactica. Just did a video of Battlestar Galactica, and I was doing really well. I really enjoyed doing it. Why is this camera lens going out of focus? It's very strange. I did put a couple of lights. I lit up like cyan on one side and kind of the amber on the other side, like two very popular lighting colors. Whatever it's gonna anyway. But yeah, if anyone is out there, does editing, video editing, putting things together, it can be long and tedious, but like I really have fun putting together, those intros and outros, especially to a little bit of Motley Crue. I love me a little Motley Crue. So that is good. I do love it. Boy, a lot of things going on today. A lot of show. There's a lot of show. I did mention the Battlestar Galactica video, so go take a look. It's about their FTL jump drive. I did Star Trek. I did Star Wars, their hyperdrive, and then Dune, their Spice and the Guild Navigators, and then this was about the Battlestar Galactica, which has a slightly different version. They kind of used more like a wormhole, kind of like wormholes, instant FTL. Well, it's not really faster than light because that's just a speed. So, but anyway, if you like Battlestar Galactica, it was a really good show, really good TV show. Go and take a look and let me know what you think. It's getting some good views, so I like that. Tomorrow I'm doing. I wasn't going to do it, but tomorrow I'm doing Charlie Kirk. It really is. I find it confusing why there is so much confusion. To me, it's a little obvious. I'm going to state a whole bunch of things. I'm not going to put the visuals. You can go out and find the visual yourself. But the Charlie Kirk thing, to me, is a lot simpler, given the evidence and given common sense. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. So tomorrow is my big Charlie Kirk day. CK, it's the only day I'm going to jump into Charlie Kirk because I don't, this is a science channel, but I do science a little different. I do have a little bit of fun. We go into different places, but Charlie Kirk is about as science as it gets as well. The science of what happened. The science of manufactured reality. Manufactured reality. That's It happens more than we think. And the use of AI in what happened is a lot more prominent. It's obvious. Anyone that works with AI, and in creating images and creating, because, I make videos, we do long form. So you use AI to create visuals. You don't have to go and film it anymore. You could just a few prompts, but it's better to go out and actually buy this. There are people that are experts at making prompts for AI. I'll tell you one thing about Charlie Kirk. Okay, one thing. This is like a little snippet going into tomorrow. When blood hits a t-shirt, it soaks in, baby. It soaks. In the video, it bounces off the t-shirt. It bounces off. Go take a look at the video. That's not what happens. And that's just bad AI. There's lots of bad AI in that video. Now, what might happen, just like 9/11, a lot of the video gets cycled out, right? The real video gets cycled out. But when you go take a look at the real video, the video that was shown the day it happened, there's some really bad AI going on. That's all I'll say. Until tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna shut up about it and go back to science. Like, well, I mean, Charlie, this is science. Science is in everything now. Science is in everything. So anyway, that's tomorrow. We're doing Frankenstein. The second half today, we're going to do Frankenstein. As you know, I'm a screenwriter. I lived in Hollywood for 20 years. Won many awards, hundreds of awards. I think I am the winningest screenwriter on the film festival circuit. I've won hundreds of awards in big festivals, small festivals. I've never sold a screenplay. I never have. For reasons that are, I think, obvious. If you've watched modern movies, basically, these 2-bit producers take a potentially good screenplay, and what they want to do is spend $500,000 to get $1.5 million back. And those are the movies that you see on IMDb that have like a 2.8, right? 2.8 out of 10. That's the that's the videos. So I never sold a screenplay. I had offers. Well, I'm going to sell a screenplay for $10,000 on something that I spent weeks, months, sometimes years writing, a year writing. No way. Science fiction. I love science fiction. I love fantasy and horror. Wait, it's like horror. Holy cow. Horror. If you don't put the OR in horror, it's, you got to put the OR in horror movies. Otherwise you get, I write horror movies. Maybe I do that too. I don't know. December 1st to 4th, I'm going to do Underworld with my gal, Kate Beckinsale. Right there. There's 4 or 5 other posters of I love Kate Beckinsale. I love her character, Celine. As a screenwriter, like, you look for these characters that, especially female, right? Because females nowadays, basically, they're good off the hop, right? They don't have to struggle. Like, Rey had a couple of scenes where she had to like practice, and then she was like kicking Kylo Ren's butt. Like, Luke had to do that over 3 films before he even got close to beating up Daddy, Darth Vader. You know what? Did you see Anakin Skywalker in Superman? Anakin Skywalker actually fights Superman at the end of James Gunn's Superman. It's true. It's very true. It's very true. Of course, it's not. He looks exactly like a young Anakin. What's his name? The Superman actor that's another bad movie. James Gunn. Guardians of the Galaxy. The first Guardians of the Galaxy was phenomenally written, executed. Superman was, James is talented. He knows how to do movies. James Gunn is no dumb. He knows how to do movies. Superman, we're going to do Superman later on this week. Today is Frankenstein, because mad scientists. I mean, come on, this is mad scientist stuff, right? Guillermo del Toro, great movie. We're going to get to it. Avi Loeb and Kim Kardashian. So apparently NASA is answering Kim Kardashian's tweets and not Avi, and Avi is upset about it, and he wants to hire Kim Kardashian onto his research team. True statement. As a matter of fact, there's a few statements. Today, I'm going to do Who Said It? Kim Kardashian or Avi Loeb? And we're going to go through, it's like a little overlay setup. It's going to be like this. And then I'm going to say who's something that was said. And then it will either be this or this. Someone said. Anyway, that is coming very shortly. Let me get rid of this back to, oh man, like trying to do this yourself, trying to do all of this production stuff yourself. So you basically have to set up the whole day just so you're like, you know, it's like, okay, when this happens, I got to click this button. Yeah, this has to be set up. You don't want to be like running around searching for content when you're on live. So, but anyway, Avi Loeb versus Kim Kardashian. That's coming up in a few minutes. Did you guys watch Sunday Night Football? I mean, I just like Aaron Rodgers. Like I do. Like I know not everyone likes football, but the thing is, yesterday in Sunday Night Football, it was Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Herbert. Right? I mean, that is what a great. I mean, that was. So I love both of these guys. But anyway, the important thing is I was watching it last night, and halfway through, I actually threw on some Christmas music. It's true. I actually threw on some Christmas music. I was feeling it, and for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I had Christmas music, and it felt good. I love Christmas. I love Christmas, which is why I will be live for 8 hours on Christmas Day. It's kind of, this is my prelude into the announcement. I will be live Christmas Day for 8 hours. Yes, if you don't have any family, if you're hanging out, you're bored, I will hang out with you, because I will hang out with pretty much anyone. Almost anyone. Well, maybe anyone. Yeah, no, just almost anyone. So Christmas Day, I don't know the exact times. I'm going to do 8 hours. It's going to be a marathon. I mean, I don't have much family. I'm going to, yeah. And then Christmas Eve, I'm going to do 4 hours and follow Santa Claus. And we're going to go through the historical Jesus. We're going to do a whole bunch of like really, really interesting stuff. So that's Christmas and Christmas Eve. So please come and hang out. So that wasn't supposed to happen. That's okay. So there was a lot of news. So I get this news. I do get the news from space.com, like what's new in space and science and everything like that. And I got this interesting thing. So space.com sent me the Cosmic Horror, 7 of science fiction's most terrifying alien races. And I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm getting not bad at this share thing. How do I? There we go. Oh, I'm getting so good at this stuff. And then if I do what? Not that one. This one. That one. There we go. So here we go. I thought this was kind of funny. I thought it was worth it's like 7 of science fiction's most terrifying alien races by space.com. Any ideas? I don't think this is in any particular order, but there's a little bit of a Borg, Star Trek, Borg. Yeah. Borg, to me, Borg is one of the best evil alien races or bad people. I forgot the T. Oculus, Species 64, the I in the Alien franchise. You know what? I kind of agree. I forgot the T stands for. It's like a crazy long word. Maybe probably with a glass of wine, I'd probably be able to nail it. But this is off of Alien. I don't remember. You know what? Was it Alien 3? Was it Alien 3? I know. It was only the first 2 aliens that were worth watching, really. Tyranids, Warhammer 40,000 franchise. Good pick. Yep. The Thing. Oh. Yeah. The Thing is Definite. That is one of the best. I mean, that is really. I was alive when the thing came out. 79. What year was it? 1979. Loved me, Kurt Russell. The whole movie was so well done. It was well written. It was well acted. That was when movies were actually, pretty good. They could actually make pretty good sci-fi movies back then. Pennywise. Not bad, great horror character. It's probably one of, what's his name, the Skarsgård guy, probably one of his best roles. There's a lot of roles I don't like that he does. Like Nosferatu, was he the one that did Nosferatu? I thought Nosferatu, Bob Eagers, was horrible. Horrible. Nosferatu compared to Frankenstein is no comparison. Absolutely no comparison. I'm going to drink some wine if that's okay. I had a log day. My days actually start at 2 a.m. I wake up at 2 a.m. I go to the gym at 3 a.m. and about 2 hours, get back at 5, catch up on all the news and yada, yada, yada before I start getting shows and videos together. But so I really deserve the vino. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep. Brandon Breyer. I am not overly familiar with Brandon Breyer. On Brightburn, anyone know that? I don't. It sounds. And the Greys from Dark Side. This is Spaces. I think, yeah. Alan Bradley, freelance writer from space.com. The Greys rounds out our 7 evil, scary. What were they called? 7. I just found this interesting, so I just wanted to do a little share. Cosmic horror, 7 of science fiction's most terrifying alien races. I mean, if you're going to put in some terrifying alien stuff in there, race, I don't know what it was, that the entity in Event Horizon. I don't think it was fully described what that entity in Event Horizon was, but I think in Event Horizon 2. And most of these sequels are an absolute abomination. If someone can do an Event Horizon 2 today, I'll do it. David Zaslav at Warner, give me a call. Give me a call. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Avi Loeb's call on the Alien 3i Atlas bet for the squirrel poo. Still waiting. Avi has not called me back. Avi, come on, man. I'm waiting. I'll bet you. I'll bet you has played a squirrel poo. Come on. So anyway, the other thing that was somewhat interesting. Did you guys know this? This is kind of since Thanksgiving is coming up. I found this today and I thought it was really interesting. President Franklin D. Roosevelt made a bold decision in 1939, sparking a spirited debate across America to extend the holiday shopping season. Roosevelt or Roosevelt? How do you pronounce it? Roosevelt moved Thanksgiving Day to the 3rd Thursday in November from the 4th. That was in 1939. He decided to move it. And it was purely for shopping. And of course, now it doesn't matter because everyone just shops online. I guess some people still shop. But anyway, I thought this was a really interesting little tidbit. That it was 1939 that Thanksgiving in the United States moved from the 4th Thursday to the 3rd Thursday. I don't think anyone is alive that remembers Thanksgiving on the 4th Thursday. But anyway, that is oh, you know what? Geez, I had this. I mentioned no, I'm not going to show this. It's or should I? It's Carrie Underwood. She does the Sunday Night Football song. She does it so well. I mean, she is a big vocal singer. I'm not into talking singers like, what is it, Shania Twain, Taylor Swift. Not that they're uber talented. I mean, look, man, they're talented. I was a musician. They've done 1,000,000 times more than I ever did. So hats off to the, but I like singers that just open up that mouth and put that air against the vocal cord. So anyway, that was the, the Carrie Underwood Sunday Night Football bit I just did a few minutes ago. That's what that was. So moving on, there was some really interesting news. So I get the news from space.com and just give me the juicy stuff, Space. And this was pretty amazing, I thought. So The James Webb Space Telescope makes key detection of complex organic molecules around star and galaxy beyond our Milky Way. So basically, the molecules and the organic things that they're finding around stars, they've determined that the complexity in the organics molecules around these is actually far more pronounced, far more developed, far more whatever you want to call it than they first thought, which suggests that with all these complex molecules and complex chemicals, is life more prevalent than we think. Now, I agree with Brian Cox, who says that we may be the only intelligent life right now in the Milky Way galaxy. Just because if you take a look at how humans, if the asteroid didn't hit the Earth 65 million years ago, we wouldn't be around. There's like thousands, hundreds, millions, billions of things that had to happen for us to even become what we are. And we've only been around, we've been sending radio waves out for 100 years, right? Literally only 100 years. That is not a very long time. So frozen complex organic molecules have been discovered for the first time as ices around a younger protostar in a galaxy other than our own. And this is actually in another galaxy. It's crazy that they can take the observational things that they have, the James Webb Telescope, point it at a different galaxy and find this stuff. You're talking light years, millions of light years. It's freaking, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will blow your mind. I don't know what's going to blow your mind. Oh geez, there was a bad joke and I didn't do it. Thanks to observing power of the James Webb Telescope, astronomers led by Marta Sowilo of the University of Maryland I gotta move this a little closer to myself. There we go. Used the JWST's mid-infrared telescope MRI to detect myriad complex organic molecules in ice that encase grains of dust around the massive protostar ST6 in the Large Magellanic Cloud. Oh yeah, so there's about 20 Magellanic Clouds that are actually circling around the Milky Way galaxy. They also just found a 450,000 solar mass black hole that has a few thousand stars. It's like a small galaxy rotating around the Milky Way. And they think that this 450,000 solar mass black hole galaxy is basically all the stars have been stolen by the Milky Way. I mean, Milky Way is just kind of like a little thief. But these little galaxies that are circling around the Milky Way are absolutely amazing. COMs are classed as carbon-bearing molecules containing more than 6 atoms, and many COMs are the chemical precursors to the building blocks of life as we know it. The frozen COMs that were confirmed to exist around ST6 included, the big words, right? It's different when you're live, because when you're live, you lose about 20 IQ points. So you get the big words, you're like, shit. Okay, I'll say them. Acetaldehyde, I know how to say it, but you can't say it when you're live. You can't. Acetic acid, ethanol, methanol, and methyl formate. I was actually even an English major at university, so you'd think my phonetics would be acetaldehyde. Oh man, just tear me apart on the comments. Say, you dumbass. I know. But they are also the backbone of even more complex second generation molecules that build the likes of amino acids and RNA molecules. At least 14 other absorption lines were also detected by JWST, but so far, Sowilo, who is the astronomer, and her colleagues have been unable to confirm their identity. So basically, the takeaway is not the advertisement for Intel, is that the detection of what we're finding, like we keep finding things that tend to amaze us in a way that's provocative, if I may say. That's where's the applause button? So this is just one of so many other discoveries that they make. I could actually do a whole show just on discoveries. Actually, on a Monday morning or on a Monday show, it might even be worth just to do a show on some of the discoveries. So it truly is amazing. That is now Avi Loeb. There's an article in the Times of Israel. Many people think this is going to come out the wrong way. I've always said Avi Loeb is coming out and saying things that are absolutely asinine. I know there's a lot of people, when you take a look at some of the comments, of a lot of people say, oh, Avi Loeb is so cool. Avi Loeb is an ass. He's an ass. You know, he's saying these things, provocative things, for reasons that I'm not even going to discuss. But this is a Times of Israel article, okay? Now, as a scientist, you don't go out and suggest, or where was he when Hale Bopp was around, right? Hale Bopp was a comet that came around every 2,534 years. Well, maybe that's an alien spaceship too, Avi. Every scientist in the world is calling him, well, not calling him anything. I'm calling him an astronomer, ASS. And I do have the standing bet. Avi, give me a call, baby. Give me a call. If it's an alien spaceship, you win. If it's not, I win. And the loser has to eat a plate of squirrel poop. I don't think I'm going to get the call. I don't think you got my message either, but that's okay. That's fine. It doesn't matter. So, this is astronomer Avi Loeb warns world not to ignore new comet's potential alien threat. This is new. This is November 9th, 3:34 a.m. I don't know what the time is. This is his new comments. Astronomer Avi Loeb warns world not to ignore new comet's potential alien threat. Israeli-born Harvard scientist. I mean, if he got a job at Harvard, I put my application in. I'm in. Like, do I get tenure? Give me tenure. No stranger to controversy has asked Kim Kardashian. There's a segment coming on after this. Who said it? Kim Kardashian or Avi Loeb? It's going to be fun. But he asked Kim Kardashian to join his research team after the celeb got an answer about Three-Eye Atlas from a recalcitrant NASA head. I'm telling you, 20 IQ points dumber the second you go live. But basically, Avi Loeb did a tweet, and then Kim Kardashian did a tweet, and Kim's tweet got answered, and Avi is like upset that his tweet wasn't his twit. The tweet tweeted, and it wasn't answered, so he's all upset. Israeli-born Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, no stranger to controversy, is once again drawing attention and taking flack, deservedly so, for positing that an interstellar object might be a piece of extraterrestrial technology. This time, it's an object called Three-Eye Atlas. He's been doing this for 2 months since it was discovered. Times of Israel maybe is behind the times, maybe the wrong time of Israel. Hey, you got the time? The third known interstellar visitor of our solar system, predicted to pass roughly 167 million miles from Earth in December, about 170 million miles. Loeb has theorized that the comet, which is estimated to be it's not 1 or 2 city blocks. So they're saying, which is estimated to be 1 or 2 city blocks in width. No, they're actually not sure, but they're thinking about 10 or 12 miles. Could pose a threat to humanity. But that's creating an alarm where there's no alarm. It hasn't changed. Later on this week, I have a whole list of things that Avi has said. There's going to be some mentioned today. And then the answers to all the stupid things Avi has said, the scientific answers, right from the scientists. NASA has dismissed his claims out of hand. And now that he's not getting the pictures that he wants because the government is shut down, he's calling a foul because he's not getting the images. And of course, well, Avi, the government is shut down. Okay, just chill out, bro. There's a lot of people who want the images, right? Loeb looks to recent history to explain why academia should be so skeptical. Oh, is that going? No, okay, that's... on October 7, 2023, there was evidence from data collected by Israeli intelligence agents. This is one of the reasons I mentioned this. He made it political. Why did he have to make this political? This is a statement from Loeb. He brings up October 7th that there was evidence from data collected by Israeli intelligence agency of what Hamas was about to do, Loeb told the Times of Israel in a phone interview. Why are you bringing up the incident in October? Like, you're conflating one thing with another. This just looks really bad. It looks stupid. Why are you conflating your Israel's October 7th with Three Eye Atlas? It doesn't make any sense. You're creating alarmism where there doesn't need to be anything, but it looks like there's an agenda, especially with an article like this. They dismissed it. They had a theory that it was unlikely Hamas. And so basically now we're talking about October 7th, not about science or Three Eye Atlas or anything. Recently, Loeb has been pointing out that he says are multiple anomalies related to Three Eye Atlas. He's been in his place. He's been in this place before. Yes, he has, and made an ass of himself. 8 years ago, in 2017, he publicized anomalies pertaining to the first ever interstellar object known to humanity as Oumuamua. Yeah, that was another one that he suggested was an alien spacecraft. Avi Loeb. Avi, look into my eyes, Avi. It's not an alien ship, buddy. You gotta sit back and just relax. Hey, take some wine, Avi. This is the funniest laugh on the internet. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna play that later. I have to play it later for the Kim Kardashian Avi Loeb segment. So, that's very good. That's very good. So, do I need to go on with this? With Three Eye Atlas, the anomalies are quite different from Oumuamua. So, yeah, so he did look like a dumbass with Oumuamua. It just kind of came in and flew out. Nothing. I mean, the things that he's saying with Three Eye Atlas, like, oh my God, changing direction, it might hit Earth. Literally things that he has said that make you go, Avi Loeb. Some of the great things. This is just in the last 24 hours. These are Three Eye Atlas headlines on YouTube. Clickbait. Basically, an entire industry that Avi Loeb has created on YouTube. I refuse. I just did a Battlestar Galactica video, which I freaking enjoyed putting together on Godless Universe. But I will not do one of these, if I may say, bullshit videos. Look at this. This is just in the last 24 hours. Avi Loeb interview, the strangest Three Eye Atlas anomaly ever found. Let me move this over here. Oh my God. Windows 11 can just piss you off sometimes, can it? Three Eye Atlas blasts off. And I know where it's going. Did Three Eye Atlas just explode? Plus, I know now there were signs as it passed around that it fragmented. We don't know the exact info on that yet, but Three Eye Atlas. Oh, you know what? Gee, I always forget. I got music for this. I got music for this. I keep forgetting. Okay. Let us continue with the music. And there's Michio Kaku. Michio Kaku issues urgent warning on Three Eye Atlas after new telescope data. Why is NASA hiding this? They're not hiding it. They're shut down. That's AI Michio Kaku. I think a lot of these channels are going to get shut down. I mean, this is what is that one? No, not. Governments prepare. Insiders reveal. Insider reveals shocking details about Three Eye Atlas. Governments prepare. Do you remember Hale Bop with the purple liquid? Can you imagine if there was a Three Eye Atlas Hale Bop equivalent, some sort of like cult that's sitting at that if you drink the purple Kool-Aid that you can end up in a spaceship behind the comet? I mean, that would be like, there'd be like a couple thousand people that would be jumping. Like, I mean, Hale Bop was bad. 1997. 39 people thought that they could drink the purple stuff and then end up. This stuff does nothing to help science. It doesn't. It makes it look like there's aliens walking amongst us. It's different. That's a different show. That's a few different shows on that one. Comment 3i Atlas. I took a picture. Racing and bright. Well, I mean, that one might be okay. I mean, it doesn't, you know. Houston, we have a problem. Yes. Did 3i Atlas just explode, or did it kick on the thrusters? Did it kick on the thrusters? Well, if it's a spaceship, I guess it might have kicked on the thrusters. Dabu 77. I don't know. I wish I could help. 3i Atlas. New data. This is Nexus. Avi Loeb, 3i Atlas could be alien technology. Newsflash. Like, we knew that 2 months ago from the words of Avi Loeb. That's not you, my friend. But it did come out 2 hours ago for those of you who just know and understand that 3i Atlas is alien technology. Could you imagine sending a 12 mile, 10 mile, however mile spaceship it is across, I don't know how many, like wherever the civilization is, 100 light years away. Let's send a 12-mile spaceship. Then there's like some geeky guy like in the throne room of this advanced alien species. He says, well, why don't we just send like 10,000 of these little nanobots that we've developed, and we could send them there at 1/1 of the energy cost, and we can take video and have them come back. We could send them there at hyper light speed or FTL jump drive, the Galactica, Battlestar Galactica FTL jump drive. No, this advanced alien technology civilization is going to send a massive spaceship, space city, space headquarters. Okay. Doesn't sound too advanced to me, you dumbass. That's just me talking. MIT scientist captures 3i Atlas images, and what he revealed is terrifying. I mean, it's terrifying. NASA scientists have been running around at home, terrified, in a panic, because the internet's broken, because there's so much 3i Atlas stuff going on. It is the end of the world. It's a good, you know, I should have used the REM song. It's the end of the world as we know it. All I wanted was a zero minimum menu. Okay, wait, that's sponsored ad. 3i Atlas, an alien craft? U.S. UFO hearing. Live. Times now. Damn. Comment 3i Atlas, alien ship or space mystery. What U.S. Congress? Oh my God. U.S. Congress. The only way out of the economic and political disaster that we're in is a complete redo. I honestly believe that. Like I worked in the stock market for 8 years, economic analyst. I small business entrepreneur. Anyway, I mean, it maybe 3i Atlas will like circle back around and just smack Earth. It'll be like another 65 million year cycle. Maybe, I don't know. 3i Atlas revelation, a turning point for human consciousness. Awakening or deception? Sorry, I didn't get all of it. NASA confirms 3i Atlas is not alone. 4 more objects are just detected 7 hours ago. Now, it did circle around the sun, and apparently it did break up, so now there's 4 extra. Maybe 4 like side spaceships have broken off, and they're gonna come in for an attack. I bet you, does anyone want to take the bet that this thing will fly away in the same direction? It'll be gravitationally slingshot around the sun. It's gonna go away and it will never come back. Bye-bye, 3i Atlas. November 11th, it happened. 3i Atlas changed during earthquake triggering solar event. Ah, my God, guys. Aliens are there. Avi Loeb on 3i Atlas. We'll find alien life. Yes. 3i Atlas, signs of a breakup near the sun. Well, that is true. It depends whether you're suggesting aliens are coming out of the broken parts, I guess, or not. I mean, some of these ones, it's communicating. Three-Eye Atlas just spoke to Earth for the first time. Three-Eye Atlas just spoke to Earth for the first time. No, that was Kim Kardashian receiving a tweet from NASA. I actually know Kim. I swear to God, I know Kim Kardashian. She is a very nice person. She's a very, I'll speak about it later, but I've knowing Kim, she's actually a very nice person. And final one, 1+ hour of Brian Cox, mind-blowing facts about Three-Eye Atlas. That might be, if it's like, you know, Brian Cox. Brian Cox is the GOAT. Brian Cox is the GOAT. So that is, where's the music? Can I stop the music? That is it. Look at Brian. He's just like AI Brian Cox, right? That's AI Brian Cox. So it's so you know what? I'm going to, where are we here? Oh, you know, I had some other videos. Oh. This is another video that I thought could be
on the latest episode of The Kardashians.
Stop. For the record, do you think that we didn't walk on the moon?
I don't think we did. I think it was fate.
Kim Kardashian diving deeper into her.
Kim doesn't. Kim. I mean, I used to wear a few years back. I mean, since Kanye got on board, things have changed dramatically. But have you seen the fake moon stuff? But she saw it on TikTok. I mean, if I could, you know, Kim, no, fake moon landing. No, like you gotta. That's like, you know, that's getting there with Avi Loeb kind of stuff, right? So, but Kim did get the text email before Avi Loeb, which leads us into our next segment. Who said it, Avi Loeb or Kim Kardashian? We're going to, there we go. There we put this up. I have all these things that I developed for it. I mean, this stuff is, oh my God, it takes, so it's either going to be this, or it's going to be this. Who said it? Kim Kardashian. And I got music, my friends. I got music. Let me get my, where is it? There it is. Who said it? Kim Kardashian or Avi Loeb? I love Germany. It's wonderful here. I love the apple strudel. Who said it? It was Kim Kardashian. Yes. Good chance Three-Eye Atlas might be alien technology and not a comet at all. It could even be a technological artifact like an intelligent probe, some kind of a Trojan horse from an advanced civilization. Who said it? Well, yeah, that was Avi Loeb. Yeah. I mean, that was kind of obvious, right? I know. There's a few that might trick you in here. There's a few. Some of these might go, wow, but some of them you go like, okay, you're going to get it wrong. You're going to get it wrong. This is science at its best. Fuck yeah. Three-Eye Atlas is a possible threat to Earth. If the object is artificial, it could secretly maneuver towards Earth. Avi Loeb or Kim Kardashian? There was Avi Loeb. That was Avi Loeb. Thank you. Three-Eye Atlas has an unusual trajectory. It's within 5 degrees of the solar system's plane. It's too precise to be just a random thing. It has an intentional direction, like someone is flying it. Yeah, that was Avi Loeb. Yeah, that was. I changed that one a little bit, trying to make it sound more like Kim, but some of these things you just can't make it sound like, you know. But that is something he said. On Thursday's show, I am going to do, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, all the things that Avi has said, the dumb things, verbatim, what he said. And then I'm going to put the scientific explanation from every other astronomer on the planet. Understand that Avi Loeb is an astronomer. That's ASS. Let's get going. Let's keep going here. They're gonna say I'm crazy no matter what. But like, go to TikTok, see for yourself. Kim or Avi Loeb? That was Kim Kardashian. TikTok. Can you imagine? Go to TikTok. All the evidence is on TikTok. I love Kim. I love Kim. Like, Kim is like, most people, if they met Kim Kardashian in person, would probably really like her. She's smarter than most people think, and she's really nice. I know Kim. And it's really not a big deal. I'm not a you know. Three Eye Atlas is really big. Three Eye Atlas's nucleus is far bigger than previous alien visitors like Oumuamua, which tells us it may not be a comet at all. I know, right? Who is it? Yeah, I know, right? It has signs of propulsion. Its unexplained acceleration can be accounted for by gravity alone, suggesting it could have an active propulsion system. Now, well, okay, well, I mean, that's... Now, Avi Loeb actually said that. Still impressed? SMH means shaking my head. Was it Kim or was it Avi? Yeah. Okay. I got another one. Now, these are actual tweets that I got from either one of these two people. The actual tweet. I'm naked right now. 3 exclamation marks. 5:37 p.m. March 23rd, 2009. Who was it? Kim Kardashian or Avi Loeb? Okay, obvious. Yeah, that was Kim. That was an actual tweet. One of Kim's actual tweets. Mind you, it was 15 years ago and different times, but she doesn't take any tweets down. They're all up there for all to see. So good on you, Kim. If you don't take care of your teeth, then you live 6 years less than expected. Lots of disease lives in your mouth. Who said that? Oh, there we go. Yes, it was Kim. Kim said that too. Yeah. Unlike normal comets, 3i Atlas appears to glow or emit material toward the sun. Loeb said, oh shit, I forgot to take out. Loeb says this might be an artificial heat source or technological hotspot. All right, who said it? Yeah, but could you believe that? He literally said that. Unlike normal comets, 3i Atlas appears to glow or emit material toward the sun. Loeb says this might be an artificial heat source or technological, meaning like it's engines or something that is powering, everything. Seeing is believing. Believing is seeing. Who said that? Kim or Avi Loeb? That was Kim Kardashian. Yeah, that was Kim. That was Kimmy Cakes. That was... Why did I put this here? Thanks, guys. I had no idea pickle was really a cucumber. You guys totally confirmed it. Kim Kardashian or Avi Loeb? I wouldn't... Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is... Yeah, you better... Yeah, you gotta give Kim a... My foot fell asleep. Yeah, well, you can guess. Yeah, that was Kim. I thought maybe some people might think, well, maybe Avi was just talking at midnight or anything like. I don't know. Odd chemistry such as unusually high nickel content, far above that of typical comets, which he says could damn it, I did it again, would indicate an engineered alloy. Yes. Avi Loeb said that. An engineered alloy. 3i Atlas might be an alien probe from beings who seeded life. Okay, this one, gotta listen to this one. 3i Atlas might be an alien probe from beings who seeded life on Earth and are now checking in on us, or maybe even deciding whether to reset Earth and this planet's life experiment. I mean, yeah, Avi did say that about 3i Atlas. That's a true statement. Don't drink bottled water that's been left in the car. Heat reacts with chemicals in the plastic bottle, which releases dioxin into the water. Was that Kim or Avi Loeb? That was Kim. That was Kim. It sounded kind of science-like, you know? So I was like, maybe I'll get some people on that one. NASA and Main Street astronomers are dismissing aliens and alternative explanations too quickly and pretending to be the adults in the room. Oops, there we go. Avi said that they're dismissing aliens too quickly. I have a really odd talent. I can smell when someone has cavities. I have never been wrong yet. They don't even have to be super close to me. Yes, Kim said that. Yeah, that was Kim says some pretty interesting things. But she's in the entertainment business. She's supposed to. I guess so is Avi, isn't he? He's in the entertainment business. In 1969, Apollo 11 moon landing was a hoax and didn't happen. Well, I think we've already gone through that. Oh, I got to take these things off. Wait a second. No, Kim said that. Yes. Kim said that. NASA is withholding high-resolution photos of 3i Atlas and concealing possible evidence of its artificial design and possibly alien design. This is the last one, my friends, and this is... Oh, the red did it again. Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb said that. There you go. That is the first edition of Who Said It. You know how hard this was to get all this together? I don't know if it turned out the way it was supposed to, but... Yeah, that's... Enough of that. Enough of that. That's... Oh, gotta turn the music off. I need production. I need someone that does production for me. Ooh, that was hard work. That was hard work. You know, doing this stuff by yourself. Most big YouTube channels, which we will get there one day. We will get there one day. It's only the second week. Come on, man. All right. I mean, that's... So here's the thing. Did I nail everything I wanted to? Yeah. So Frankenstein. I got the check mark up there. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to get everything that there's the What is the funniest laughs on the internet? All right, guys. So Frankenstein. Have you seen Frankenstein? Have you seen it? Yeah. Have you seen? Yeah. You know, Guillermo del Toro. I always wonder what if he actually ended up doing The Hobbit, right? Because he was supposed to do The Hobbit, and he backed out. I don't think. Excuse me. I don't know. We know the exact story with The Hobbit. What would have happened with The Hobbit? I think at the time that Guillermo del Toro was going to do The Hobbit, there was going to be 2 movies, and then when he backed out, Peter Jackson rewrote it into 3 movies. I still like the first Hobbit. I mean, that's the best one out of the 3. The third one is like the second one's kind of like, yeah. The first one, it's got some like really good Hobbit stuff going on. Of course, some of this, like the falling in the goblin caves, the barrel rider, the barrel riding. I know they try to make it more cartoony for kids and everything. He should have stuck to a little bit more of a Lord of the Rings theme with not as much. But Guillermo del Toro, he is Shape of Water, right? If you haven't seen Shape of Water, watch it. Pacific Rim, Hellboy. This guy's done. He's a great filmmaker, and being a screenwriter, I have always followed some of the stuff that he's done, and have been Frankenstein is impressive. Like it is. Can I please give him the Frankenstein? It's a good watch. Is it perfect? No. From a screenwriting perspective, there's some things that I think are quite faulty issues, I guess I would say. But if you take a look, so that's on Netflix right now. Frankenstein just came out over the week. Actually came out a week ago, right? Or about a week ago, just under a week ago, because it was in the theaters for about a week, and then it's on Netflix streaming. It uses one of these. I've used this in one of my screenplays. He uses the and it's a great way to write a movie if you do it the right way. You basically start with the ending or a piece of the ending. So when you start with a piece of the ending, you're basically telling the audience or showing the audience that here's what happens at the end, and you're wondering, well, how does this all tie together? Like, how does that happen? In one of my screenplays, The Sicken, I do that very thing where it's only for every page of a screenplay, it's 1 minute. It's a 1 minute intro. And you do that, you start because you want to show the antagonist, the power, the tension, create the stakes. A great one is The Terminator, right? It's as easy as this concept is to understand it. James Cameron started with The Terminator, which is why Arnold Schwarzenegger ended up taking that role, because the movie was all about the Terminator, because he was going to play the role of what's his name, and O.J. Simpson was going to play the Terminator. But then Arnold did realize, to his credit, he goes, well, there's only 21 lines. I'm not going to take a role. I'm becoming a leading man. And James Cameron said, no, you don't understand. Terminator is about the Terminator. Everything is about, this is a movie about, and Arnold got it, and he took the trip. But anyway, when Arnold comes through, the whole idea of that first scene is to show threat, right? Intensity. So that when you get to the protagonist, same thing like Tombstone, same thing like John Wick. There's a few movies that show in John Wick, it started with the car crashing. So you get the ending scene. Same thing. How did it happen that this guy is in a truck crashing and he's bleeding and now he's watching his wife? It's a great, if you do it right, it's a great way. And Guillermo del Toro, to his credit, he did it. Frankenstein starts off compelling. It starts off with energy. Like, you're like, fucking A, this is downright kick-ass, Guillermo. But kind of what happened, there's spoilers throughout, spoilers everywhere, guys. But what happens, you get a really interesting story through the middle, right to halfway. And then part of the way, because basically it's two parts, Victor Frankenstein and then Frankenstein, the creature. Back half, front half, Victor. When it gets to like almost 3/4 way through, which is basically the third act, it gets lumpy. And how I like to describe it, I'm always so cognizant with my screenplays, is you want everything to flow in a way that people are left with things to think about. One scene flows to the next and builds onto the next and builds onto the next. But then when at the wedding, it became Lego blocks. It's the best way I can describe something that didn't quite come together. And that's where things kind of went. I mean, there's a couple other things that were, but at the wedding part, people are dying at the right time, and becomes, okay, this happens, then this happens, then this happens. And it doesn't flow. And the reasons why things happen aren't particularly clear, and or the motivations aren't fully addressed, or they don't make sense, or now it's a 2.5 hour movie. So Guillermo del Toro very well could have filmed a lot of this stuff, and it was three hours. And Netflix brassed, no, we cannot do that, no. And they edited it down, and maybe Gilmore. Does it work? Yes, it does. The ending is a bit of a whimper. It could have been so much more powerful. We'll get to the ending, but the opening scene was fantastic. It's then we get to Victor as a young boy. Now, guys, Charles Dance, right? Charles Dance, any movie Charles Dance is in. Charles Dance is in the Underworld, which we're doing December 1st to 4th. Anything Charles Dance is in, I can't believe he doesn't get like full-on kick-ass roles, because Charles Dance is, anything he is in is good. Anything. To Charles Dance. He plays the father of Victor Frankenstein as a young boy. We get to know and understand where where young Frankenstein comes. We get the dark angel representing his twisted ambition, his preoccupation with death, which is what Victor Frankenstein in the original story was as well. he meets Harlander. The father dies, mother dies. He meets Harlander, which is the guy that sort of sets him up in the laboratory. The laboratory scenes. This is what Guillermo del Toro does very well. I spent 20 years in Los Angeles. I got my cred, and one thing that very few directors can do or even know how to do is to set up some of those scenes that Guillermo del Toro did. They are phenomenal. Like the laboratory scenes with the sunshine was a big theme for Guillermo in this movie. Watch the sunshine, how he uses sunshine in a lot of these scenes. And basically at the very, very end, Frankenstein walks off into the sunshine. I think he was trying to use sunshine as like a renewing force, something that the darkness of Victor's sunshine was the light. Of course, it's a light, but it's the emotional light. I don't know what the full intention was, or it could have just been visual spectacle, because that is what, if you watch Pacific Rim, if you watch Hellboy, if you any of his movies, basically he knows how to take spectacle in a scene without getting to the point of being corny. And you see that with all of his movies. He's so good at it. So good at it. And the laboratory scene when Frankenstein comes to life, it is compelling. Unfortunately, I know some people disagree with me. I found the weakest part of this movie to be Frankenstein. I thought he should have looked more menacing. He was freaking pretty. The dude was freaking good looking than most of us. He was too pretty. He should have been more threatening. Yes, there was an innocence about him, which I think was nice, but at times he showed anger. But I just thought if you had a little bit more of the original Frankenstein with the Frankenstein that he was putting on there, the creature, it kind of would have been maybe a little bit more menacing. Frankenstein, the creature, had to come across. I felt there had to have been more face animation. Now, it could have been direction from Guillermo del Toro, right? Could have been him saying, this is what I want. And that's what the actor does. So, hey, the director says it. That's what you get. That's the bottom line, to quote Stone Cold Steve Austin. And what didn't make sense, and this was the weakest part of the movie, Victor Frankenstein's forced, almost confusing anger towards Frankenstein, the creature. It basically was premised on the idea that because the Frankenstein creature could only say one word, Victor, it turned him to the point where he just hated this creature. It didn't make sense. It was a confusing motivation that didn't make sense. Victor's anger towards Frankenstein, the creature that he made, did not make sense. Because he could only say one word, you got angry. That was kind of the inference from it. He's saying your name like it was forced. That was the weakest part of the movie. The motivation for Victor Frankenstein to hate Frankenstein, and I mean, there's way, it could be the way it was edited, but this movie had a lot of Shape of Water in it. A very, very similar feel. It was basically a creature that was being abused by its keeper. Same thing in Shape of Water. Very similar feel. Very similar ending. Very similar ending. There was a playbook that he used that was so close to Shape of Water. That was disappointing. Not disappointing. Redundant. It felt like I've seen this movie before. And I remember when I was watching Frankenstein, I hope he doesn't, let the creature just walk off and the creature lives happily. And he did do that. He did do that. I'm not gonna boo Guillermo del Toro. No, I'm not. Well, but that was to me one of the weakest points in the movie. The motivation of Victor Frankenstein. He could have made it more intense and reasons that made more sense. So the first half was basically, it really was excellent. When we got to the Frankenstein, there are a lot of things the actor did really well, but it seemed Frankenstein was too pretty. He was too good. He wasn't menacing enough. He should have had a little bit more Frankenstein, less compassionate, good-looking model, and more Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein, a sort of a blend of both of those. One thing, you always see this in movies, and Guillermo del Toro did this really well. It started, so basically when the movie started, Frankenstein was the monster. He was the antagonist. He was the one you're not rooting for. The protagonist was Victor Frankenstein. By the end of it, it flipped around, right? You realized that Frankenstein, the creature, was the protagonist, and the antagonist, which he did have a full circle character arc, right? Victor Frankenstein went full circle, and but I guess the problem is it made the ending a little bit of a whimper. It ended on a little bit of a whimper. It could have been more. I would have liked to have seen a tragedy where something would have happened, and of course I'm just, if I got a week, 2 weeks, a month to come up with ideas of to write an ending, but I would have liked to have seen Frankenstein, the creature, somehow sacrifice himself, where he comes around and saves Victor. Victor lives, Frankenstein dies, and that's when Victor realizes what this creature was to him. It was family, it was life, it was maybe his child. And now Victor has to live forever under the idea that it's a tragedy for him. And the Frankenstein, that this was almost like it was a living creature, entity, human being, tough to say. Anyway, the ending was damn. I mean, if I was the screenplay, I don't know if he has any not analysts but advisors. That's something that I would have kind of thrown out there. But his use of animals, that's the point. The use of animals. So you see Frankenstein, the creature, and that's when he's attacked by the two hunters. But Frankenstein, he gets the two animals, and anytime an antagonist, protagonist does something with animals, protect animals, save animals, for the betterment of animals, the audience gets finds an affection for that. That's how you create an easy way to create affection in a character, animals. And Guillermo del Toro did a very good job. So anytime you see animals like that, they're doing it for a reason. They're doing it so they want you to like that character, so that they're taking that character into a direction that they want. It's kind of obvious. It's also obvious when Walter Frey, who was the old guy, he looked like Gandalf. Like, did he not look like Gandalf? Walter Frey, I forgot the actor's name. Do I have it up here somewhere? Oh, I do. He's a great actor. David Bradley. He's a great actor. He played Walter Frey in Game of Thrones. Fantastic actor. He looked good for a Gandalf replacement, I mean, not bad. But he gave the speech. The forgiveness speech. When the wolves came in and attacked. That was a pretty kick-ass, scene where Frankenstein absolutely destroys these wolves. But there's some bad CGI, man. Oh my God, there was some really bad CGI, especially with the sheep when the wolves were attacking the sheep. It was bad. But again, it was extreme foreshadowing. You knew that Frankenstein was going to have forgiveness because he just got the forgiveness speech, and it was very, very obvious. It was almost too obvious. And that's when the two hunters come back and they think he killed Walter Frey, I guess their dad or something like that. So, so there's a lot of things. The process of Frankenstein discovering himself was a great thing. There's a lot of interesting character things going on. But like even I have this written down. Victor Frankenstein downstairs when the creature is out of nowhere, he blurts out, "Don't touch me!" He just yells out, "Don't touch me! Don't ever touch me with the razor and blood." But he's basically saying it's like okay, whoa! I mean, like it felt out of place. Like that was that anger towards Victor's. It was out of place. You get to the dynamite near the end. So when we get to the end, so another thing that didn't make sense. So Victor Frankenstein now goes and chases Frankenstein. Why is Frankenstein running? Why is Victor trying to chase him? Victor knows that you can't kill him, that he heals. It's like Hey, is Frankenstein going to be an Avenger? Like, like Frank Poole or Frankerine? Three-way. I want to see the three-way fight. Frankenstein, Wolverine, and Deadpool. All three go at him. Who would win? Who would win? You tell me. Frankenstein v. Deadpool v. Wolverine. Who would win that fight? Maybe we'll see in Doomsday. Yeah, Frankenstein. It was basically, it took the fact that he could heal from anything. Dynamite wouldn't kill him. Like holding dynamite and everything is still intact. It's like, okay, you kind of. I mean, when a character becomes indestructible, it takes away a lot of the tension. And there's easy ways to write around that. When you're the screenwriter, you're God. You can write anything. I don't know if that nothing can kill Frankenstein helped the movie. I don't think it did. Personally, I don't think it did. But then again, you think, well, why would Victor Frankenstein chase Frankenstein? And why would the Frankenstein monster run from him, knowing he could frickin', like, what was he scared of? Oh no, Victor's chasing me with a pistol. I think Frankenstein's already realized that I've taken a lot of those shots and hasn't killed me yet. Newsflash. So that didn't make sense either. Why is Victor chasing? Why is Frankenstein even scared? Didn't make a whole lot of sense. Basically, Frankenstein is immortal. He is an immortal creature. So why would, like, he has no fear of Victor, but yet he's running away from him. The ending didn't sit well. There's some motivations that didn't sit well. A 7.5 out of 10 for Frankenstein, I think is a good mark. This is a breath of fresh air, even though the ending was a whimper and it could have been better. But Frankenstein, this is a movie it's a mad scientist movie. We don't get many, when it comes to mad scientist movies, we don't get very many. It's different than the original movie. In the original movie, Frankenstein kills Elizabeth. He is the monster. Elizabeth is marrying Victor. Very different setup. So Guillermo del Toro, to his credit, he's also a screenwriter and he's a director. So to his credit, the man is uber talented. Him understanding what's in the frame, understanding what's possible in post, understanding taking a visual scene to spectacle without getting corny. He knows how to do that. He's proved it with Hellboy. He's proved it with Pacific Rim, Shape of Water, and everything else that he's done. He is incredibly talented. I just think this movie was too much like Shape of Water. Way too much like Shape of Water, especially the second half. The second half was the Shape of Water. And the motivations were questionable, especially the main one. Victor's motivation, why he hated, he just turned hate because all he could say was one word. You stupid, say hand, say boot, say anything. And of course, he ends up saying Elizabeth. She was good. Anyway, so I do think that the second half of the movie turned into Lego blocks. Lego blocks, so as a screenwriter, that's the way I envision things. When I write a screenplay, I read it over and over and over again. And when my screenplay or anyone's screenplay or any movie starts feeling like it becomes blocky, like we need to get to this, we need to get to this info, and it's like this, if The Wedding felt like that in Frankenstein. Overall, it was a good movie. The visuals are worth it alone. The intensity in some of those scenes are worth it alone. It was a movie that most people are going to enjoy this movie. 7.5, I think on IMDb, it's got a 7.7, something like that. Is it warranted? I think so. 7.5. It's not an 8. I mean, you're talking decimal points now, right? 8 to me is a pretty serious. It's getting there. 7.5 to 8. It really depends on the viewer, right? Some people are going to hate it. Some people are just like with every movie. More people than not are going to enjoy this movie. This is a breath of fresh air from a lot of the garbage we've been getting. And it's great that it's about a mad scientist. So it is a science movie. So we can do it here on Godless Universe. And so I am giving it a. What happened here? Space.com, they send me important news alerts. So I thought, well, maybe, is there something important going on news? So I thought something. It's not. So That is Frankenstein, guys. It's a good movie. Go out there. That's not go out there. What's going on? Go out there and give it a watch. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it. $7.99. Netflix is like, what is it? $7.99 for the ad content. That's good. I mean, when you think of the amount of value you get for that price, what does it cost to go to a movie? $25. I mean, Netflix, all these streaming services are a pretty good go. Tomorrow we're going to do Charlie Kirk, guys. I mentioned it. I'm going to go through all the Charlie Kirk points from. I'm surprised, and I guess my answer to what happened to Charlie is probably a little. Well, you'll see. I'm going to go through all the points tomorrow, and at the end of it, I'm going to tell you what I think happened. And I think it's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that explains everything. The only thing. So that is tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. And a couple of more little tidbits that we're going to be doing tomorrow. It is the Godless Universe. We do science. We do sci-fi movies, history, philosophy. We do almost anything that is scientific based, physics based, common sense based, history based, whatever it is. But until tomorrow, guys, until 22 hours and 45 minutes from now, I bid you a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, children, let's take our seats. Yeah, baby. We'll do it live. Fuck it.